Hi, I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. Welcome to the S-Files. This will be a collection of videos that I'll post from time to time, giving my point of view on certain topics that might be interesting to Superman fans. For my first video, I wanted to touch on the Elseworlds crossover event and the way that Superman was handled on the CW. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a Supergirl episode, therefore Supergirl is the main character and therefore it's her show, and she should always be the focus of the show. But when you're going to bring in certain characters to support the story, as they brought in Superman and Lois Lane, you've got to give them their fair due as well, and you can't disrespect those characters. And a lot of fans have been commenting that the way Superman was handled was disrespectful. Now, I agree to a certain extent. I understand that Supergirl's got to be the main character and you've got to give her props, but you don't do it at the expense of Superman. And that's kind of, I feel, what they did a little bit. They go to great lengths to make Superman comment to Supergirl that she's stronger than him, that she's better than him, and that the world doesn't need him when she's around, which I think is doing the character of Superman a disservice.
Like, you really are so much stronger than me, Kara. Every time we're together, I see it. Look, this fight, it reminded me of everything that I could lose. But the only reason I feel safe hanging up my cape for a while is because of you. The world doesn't need Superman if it has Supergirl. Bottom line, the world's safe with you.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
There's no problem with making Supergirl great. There's no problem with making her an equal or better than Superman in many respects. But don't say that the world doesn't need him because she's there. It's like saying the world doesn't need Supergirl because Superman's around. That's not fair either. They're both great characters. They both have their places in the DC universe. And therefore, it's like saying the world doesn't need Batman because Superman's around. Superman's got powers, Batman doesn't. Does that mean that there's no need for a Batman? So I don't understand why they need to put down Superman while propping up Supergirl. You can prop up Supergirl and make her a special and great character without doing it at the expense of Superman, which I feel they went to certain lengths to try to do by, making him say the things that he said. So in some ways, I agree with a lot of the fans that are out there saying that Superman has been disrespected in some ways in the CW. I thought that they did a great job. I love Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. Elizabeth Bitsy Chulak as Lois Lane was great as well. And if this is not a soft relaunch or soft launch for a new Superman TV show, then it should be. But there are no plans that we know of. But I thought the characters were dealt with. The whole pregnancy, the whole proposal, all that was handled really well. It was just that bit where Superman or Clark is talking to Kara at the Smallville Kent farm at the end there, at the last episode of the Elseworlds crossover, where they went to a little bit too far, in my opinion, saying the things that they made Clark say about Superman and Kara and Supergirl and their relationship as far as the world needing one or the other. You can make Supergirl great without diminishing Superman. That's all I want to say. It's not a gender thing. It's got nothing to do with man, woman, nothing along those lines. It's just about why do you need to diminish one character to prop up another? You should be able to prop up a character without having to disrespect another character, and that's what a lot of fans felt, and in some ways I agree with that. So that's my say on this particular topic. But other than that, I really enjoyed Lois, Superman, and the Elseworlds crossover. That was just a little bit of a tarnish on that particular episode for me.